Hey guys, welcome to another Pokemon XY Wi-Fi battle. It's been a while since I uploaded one of these, so I decided to start uploading today. As you can see, I'm versing a mono bug team. My opponent does have some scary Pokemons on his team, mainly the Scizor. They're always a huge threat. And on my team, I do have a few bugs, the Butterfree and Shuckle. So let's get started and I'll show you how the battle goes. So he's going to lead out with his Pavilion. I actually lead out with my Greninja. And I'm going to go ahead and use U-turn because I know the Pavilions generally carry a Focus Sash, but he's actually going to go ahead and switch into his Shuckle anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and U-turn and get the hell out of here. And he actually reveals that his Shuckle is holding a red card, which is a total waste because I U-turned anyway, which works out really well for me. So I'm going to go ahead and send out my Butterfree and just go ahead and use Sleep Powder. Butterfree is the OG bug Pokemon from Kanto, one of my favorites. So Shuckle is snoring away there, and I'm going to take this opportunity to set up a Quiver Dance, which I do. So my Butterfree actually carries Shadow Ball. I tend to find that Shadow Ball overall has better coverage, and also the fact that he can lower special defense. So I do get a crit there. Unfortunately, he wakes up on the first turn and gets off a Encore on me. So that's fine. I'm locked into Shadow Ball, which is better than Quiver Dance. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to finish off this Shuckle as he just sets up his Stealth Rocks. So one more Shadow Ball should kill him. So he's gonna go ahead and send out his Crustle. So I'm locked into Shadow Ball. No point switching out, so I'm gonna go ahead and go for the Shadow Ball. And he actually does more than 50% damage and gets the special defense drop. So he's gonna go ahead and set up the Shell Smash, which is always once these things set up Shell Smash, they become very, very dangerous. Luckily my Encore ended, and I'm actually still able to outspeed and be able to take out his Crustle. So Butterfree has taken down 2 Pokemon now by itself. Now he sends out his Butterfly Pokemon, but because of the Quiver Dance I am actually able to outspeed and get off my Sleep Powder. And he stays asleep, and I'm going to go ahead and use a Bug Buzz now. So even though it's resisted, it still doesn't more than 50% damage, and I actually get another special defense drop. And he stays asleep, and now I'm going to go ahead and finish off his Pavilion. So Butterfree has now taken down 3 Pokemon. I don't know why people don't use. I love Butterfree. He's such a good Pokemon. So he sends out his Heracross, which turns out to be a Choice Scarf, and he just goes straight for the Mega Horn as I just put his other bug to sleep. So I know I'm being a bit of a dick now here, but hey, I'm using a Butterfree, so why not? So I'm going to take this chance to set up another Quiver Dance because he's still asleep. And I should be able to outspeed now. And I'm go ahead and use Shadow Ball. And he actually stays asleep, and Shadow Ball is able to take out his Heracross. So that's 4 Pokemon down. So this is where things start getting a bit tricky now. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and set off another Sleep Powder. Sorry, no, I used Shadow Ball. I don't know why. I thought it was just gonna go straight for the Bullet Punch, I suppose, but he doesn't. He actually sets up a Swords Dance. So at this point, I knew he was gonna Bullet Punch. And Butterfree, thank you so much. You pretty much took out his entire team. And now I'm going to go send out my Ditto, because my Ditto is Choice Scarfed, and he's just going to go off and get the Imposter, which means I copy all of his Sizzle stats, and I'm just going to Bullet Punch now just to get off some damage, as he actually goes ahead and sets up another Swords Dance. So at this point I was thinking I should actually get out of here because I won't be able to do as much damage. So I actually get out and I send out my own Shuckle just as a sacrifice. As he just goes off for a knockoff here, and he knocks off my leftovers. And then he's just going to Bullet Punch to finish my Shuckle off, which is what I expected. So I'm going to go ahead and send out my Choice Scarf Ditto again, just to copy his +4 in attack. So I decide to go for a knockoff here, and he reveals that he has the Roost, which is going to be a huge issue because he's now able to heal off all the damage and he's at +4. So at this point I'm just going to knock off and get him down to a point where I can revenge kill him. So luckily he doesn't heal again, and he just takes out my Ditto. So at this point I'm easily able to revenge kill with my Dragonite because he carries extreme speed. So extreme speed at this range should easily be able to take him out, which it does. So that was a huge threat. I knew during the team preview that his Sizzle is going to be a huge threat. And there's his Volcarona. He sets up a Quiver Dance. That's his last Pokemon. I'm going to set up my own Dragon Stance here. So he's just going to go for the Fiery Dance. That's probably his best option. And still does a lot even though it's resisted, but I'm going to retaliate with a Dragon Claw, and that's the end of the battle. So thanks for watching guys, and I'll upload another video shortly.